Hello my crafty friends, it's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and I'm bringing you another Halloween project today. I am using the Honeybee House Builder die, the original one, and then the Halloween add-on. So from the original die set, I cut out the house, and then the rest of the pieces are from the Halloween add-on. So this is some glow-in-the-dark grit paste. And I have just smeared that onto a white piece of cardstock to let that dry, because I'm going to use that to give my windows and pumpkins a glow-in-the-dark element. I started with Lost Shadow because I wanted my house to be gray, and it just wasn't dark enough gray for me. So I am moved on to a darker gray here, and I don't know what is going on with this blending brush. I'm assuming needs to be cleaned, but it's a Halloween card, so I persevered and just kept going because I kind of like the smudgy, dirty look that it ended up giving me. So I'm just ink blending all over this. I'm not doing towards the top because that's where my roof is going to go, so you're not even going to see that. I'm going to cover it up, so you don't have to worry about that portion of it. I did all my die cutting off screen because there were a lot of parts and pieces to this house, and so I'm just adding the ink blending to it to give it some interest and a little grunge. So now I've moved on to black soot, and I am using Distress Oxide inks for this, and I'm just using that same blending brush and just getting this to be kind of, a dilapidated house, give it a little rough look. And I used one of the round window dies to cut that out of the roof section. And then this is the door, which is also in the Halloween kit. The regular house die had another type of door, but I went with this one that has kind of a point to it. And then I'm going to take this fence, and I'm going to use some brown ink to, give that a little color. And then I will go in and also add some black soot to it to give it a more distressed look. And it wasn't until I was editing the video that I realized I never added the fence to the project. So in the very end, off screen, I do end up, removing the pumpkins from where I have them and adding the fence in to the finished card. And then the tree, I did the same thing to give it, the same look, and that's when I decided I was going to add the black soot to the fence as well. And then I had some wooden planks that I also will do the same thing, because I'm going to use this to kind of board up one of the windows that I've cut out of the house. And so I just wanted them to kind of match and have that same aged look to them. And then once I have all of the ink blending done that I want to do, I'm going to start adhering the house together. I'm just cleaning up my mess so I don't drag it everywhere. So I'm just going to be gluing down these wood planks, and I'm just putting the glue at the very tips because that's where it touches the actual house. And I'm just going to cross them over each other and not do them perfectly. I wanted them to be not symmetrical. And then I am going to adhere a piece of that grit paste, which is glow in the dark. So I just cut a small piece down, and I'm just using washi tape to adhere it to the back of my window. And at the very end of this video, if you stay tuned for the whole thing, I will show you with all the lights off, all of the glowing elements. So I'm just adding some foam tape to this roof piece. And so that also helps to trap in that glow-in-the-dark panel so that it doesn't move as well, just in case the washi tape doesn't want to hold. I've secured it a little bit extra. And then I'll pull that off, and I laid it down a little wonky, so I do cut, trim some of the sides so the white isn't showing behind the green when I get this adhered down. And then I will repeat that same process for the boarded up window. I'm going to put another piece of that grit paste coated paper behind that one because I wanted all of my windows to glow. I will add some more of the Distress black soot ink to this roof because I'd kind of had my fingerprints in it and whatnot, so I just wanted to smooth it out a little bit. So I'm just going to trim this piece down and add the washi tape around all of these sides as well. I do have a few more projects that are planned for Halloween. This upcoming Saturday is our Team Tiny video hop, and that will be a Halloween theme. So I'll have a Halloween project there, and I still have a few shorts and a few videos that I have planned for Halloween, but then the majority of the rest of the content will be for Christmas. I do have the series that I'm doing with Michelle, which brings you videos twice a week that have a Christmas theme. So I'm really excited for one of the upcoming projects. It's a big one that I've been working on, but I'm hoping that it turns out as well as I envision it in my mind. So I had adhered a piece of pattern paper to a 5x7 card panel. So the pattern paper is 4.5 by 6.5, so that I have a little bit of border around it, and I adhered the house to that. And I'm adding this tree to the side, and this is about the time where I should have added the fence, but I was not paying attention to what I had left over on my table. So I'm just adding all of the elements, like the little cross and the stones, and I'm just going to trim off this extra bit of tree that's hanging off. And then I will add the grit paste to the back of this pumpkin. I did add washi tape to the back of this and then pop them up with a foam adhesive dot. After I finished filming, I did need to add some liquid glue to make sure that this was adhered well to that grit paper, because it did end up lifting off. So I do manage to get that glued down and adhered better once I realized I hadn't secured it good enough. And so I put those one on each side of the door just to give it a fun little look. Yep. And then I will add the remaining elements, which includes a couple of bats. I think I did 2. There's that size and then a little bit smaller one. So I just added that onto the pattern paper. And once I get these other elements done, I have one of the Xyron sticker makers, and I have cut out some ghosts from vellum, which I am going to run them through the Xyron sticker maker, so the entire back of it is coated with adhesive, because I just find that easier when dealing with vellum to adhere it down, because otherwise you can really see the adhesive, and I didn't want it to have dots, so I wanted it to be completely coated. So that's how I'm gonna do that. I did pop up this other stone because it was laying in front of the other one, so I put a foam dot in front of that, and here I am just putting those in here and pulling it through, so then the whole back of that will be coated. And then I just take my bone folder and run it over the front of this to kind of release the adhesive that's on that sheet, and then peel it away. And then these are essentially just little ghost stickers that I'm going to adhere to the roof of my house. It's just really cute, and I love how this turned out. So that's the project, and it will now be glowing in the dark. I hope that you guys have a great day.